guys, Miss Charlie here with my update for Shop My Stash Project Pan for what I used in the month of June and what I will be using in the month of July. So this here is what I used in June. If you watched my what's in my makeup bag when I went on vacation, a lot of these products were in there, but I'm going to show you my progress because I've been using some, using it for the month of June. My vacation was in May, but I did use some of these products and take them with me when I did go. But we're just going to see my progress and things of that nature, and again what I'll be using for the month of July. For my primer spray and my setting spray, I'm still using the Mario Badescu. Not that much left in there, so I'm gonna roll this over to July and get that used up. Not much left. The Ace Beauty Seal It setting spray, this has a very aggressive sprayer, so I put it in this Fenty Beauty What It Do bottle because this has a very fine mist. So I poured some in there, so there's still some left in this bottle. Is still very full, but I did use it and it was fine. It worked, but this sprayer is very aggressive, so I put it in here. But those were my primer sprays and my setting spray. For lips, I'm still using up the Be Pure Peppermint. I've used this one already up, this Amia one, and I put the Be Pure Peppermint one in there. There's still a little bit left, and then the rest of it I put in this little container and marked it. I haven't really needed a lip scrub right now because it is very humid, so my lips aren't as dry, so I haven't needed a lip scrub, so that's why I still have a lot of this left. But I have been using this a lot, and this is my lip sleeping mask in gummy bear flavor this is from Global Beauty Care from the dollar store. I saw these there and they had a couple scents. This one smells faintly of candy, not a lot, but it's a good mask. Good mask. I use it all day when I need to. I always have a lip balm or something on my lips at all times, especially at night, and I have one next to my bed. But this one I've been using before makeup and anytime my lips get dry, and it's really nice. So if you see these at the Dollar Tree, pick them up. And then still trying to get through this Be Pure lip scrub. For moisturizers and eye cream, I'm still using the Symbiosis eye cream with hyaluronic acid. I cut it in half, and there's still quite a lot in there, so I'm trying to get through this before I get into another one. But I like it. It's very hydrating, and I use this before makeup and also in my nighttime skincare. Still trying to use up the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. It's very concentrated. You only need a tiny bit of this, and it's humid right now, so I don't really need that much of a concentration of moisturizer, but I'm still working my way through it. There's a tiny bit left in there. And then the Kate Somerville Goat Milk Moisturizing Cream. This is really nice. It's very light. It's a lot lighter than the IT Cosmetics, even though the IT Cosmetics is very concentrated. This is a little lighter, and there's not a whole lot left in there, but still, I don't really need as much right now with the humidity that we're having. But those were my moisturizer and my eye cream. For concealer, I'm still using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the color Deep Chestnut. I'm going to get a backup of this because I have some CVS points, so I will get like 40% off. I love this concealer. You only need the tiniest bit. There's hardly anything in there. I'm going to have to scrape it. Yeah, you can see the bottom. There's hardly anything in there, but you only need a little bit of this. It goes a long way, and it covers so nicely. I have this, the regular one and the hydrating one, but I love the regular one the best. Forgot to mention my primer. I mentioned my spray primer, and this is my face primer. This is the Becca Ever Matte Poreless primer. I have 2 of these. Becca's no longer. This is a favorite, especially this time of year with the humidity. This keeps my face matte. It keeps it matte and smooth. I love this stuff to death. And if you have it, you already know that you can't really blend it out like a regular primer. You have to go in and pat it in. So I will take it and I'll warm it up in between my fingers, and then I'll pat it in, because if you go to try to blend it in like this, it can peel up, and sometimes it'll leave like white texture on your face. So you have to go in, warm it up a little bit, and then pat it in. Oh my goodness. Skin is smooth, blurred, and matte all day long. And it's been very, very humid here, and it works so well. And I took some of it with me to Arizona in a little container, and yes, kept my oils at bay. Looked good, not greasy. I wish they still sold this, but I got this. Still has a lot in it. You don't need much, and I have a whole backup, so I'm not going to need any for a long time. But those of you who have this know this stuff is amazing. I'm also still using my Dr. Brandt Luminizer primer, trying to use it up, but again, I don't really need that much because of the humidity here, but we're still working on it. For blush, bronzer, highlight, and contour, I brought in the Melt Malibu Ultra Matte Powder Bronzer. This was a gift from my friend Andy. Andy does stuff here on YouTube and on Instagram. I love this stuff. It is so nice, and it's perfect color for me. It's got a little red in it, but it's not too much, and it blends in so nicely. I love this. For my contour, I brought in my Wet n Wild contouring palette, trying to use this up to get this side done. Don't use the banana part because it is way too yellow for me, but I have been using this, and I want to try to get this used up. For blushes, I have a few here. I brought in the What's Up, what is it called? Can't read it. Matte liquid blush in Recipe, something like that. And it doesn't tell me Rose Hippity, excuse me, Rose Hippity. So I guess that's the color. But this is really nice. It has a poof on it, but I took it off because I don't like those poofs because they can get really dirty and messy. Clean this off a little bit. But the color is beautiful, and it has an on-off, so you can turn it on and off so it's not leaking out, which I do like. This color is, that is way too much. Turn it off. That's the color. That's way too much. That'll do 3 people's faces. The color is a nice rusty rose color, but this lifted my foundation and whatnot. I did not like that part. I might try it underneath because I did do that once before I put my foundation, before I put my powder on. Put my foundation on, put my powder on, not my powder, my foundation on, then put this on and then powder it. It did work a little bit better, but it was a little patchy though, a little bit, but I'm gonna try it again. But that's what it looks like, and it's nice. I mean, I'm not really a liquid blush person. I have a few that I really like. This one I'm still gonna have to play with and work with it because the other ones I have do not lift my powder or foundation. They look great. This one does, so I'm gonna have to do it under my powder to see how that goes going forward when I pull it back into a project pan again. So since this one didn't work that great for me, I brought in this essentially ageless blush from Be Pure. This one does not have a color on it. Nope. But it's like basically the same color almost. It's like a terracotta. This one is like a terracotta color. It's about the same as this. It's a little bit lighter, but it's about the same tone. It's a warm tone, because I always have a warm tone and a cool tone blush in my project pan. And for my cool tone blush, this is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Blush in Orchid. This is great. This is a cream blush that I really like. It does not lift my powder or foundation or disrupt any makeup underneath. It's beautiful. You don't need very much of it, and it's a nice mauvey pink, but it's not too pink. And it's really, really nice. I love this Tarte one, but I'll still work on the What's Up one to see what we can do. And then for highlights, for my cool tone highlight, I have this Steve Laurent Jelly Highlighter in Prosecco Please. You only need a tiny bit of this, and this is a great everyday. If you want just a regular everyday highlight, it's a champagne, and it's gorgeous. It melts right in to the skin. You can see that's just a nice, light, everyday highlight. And then the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter in Golden Flower Crown. This is a goldy peach. Also would be good for every day. It's not really blinding. It's just a nice glow. I have about all of the Mega Glow highlighters, I think, unless they've come out with some that I don't know. But I think I have most of them, which is fine because highlighters will last you forever. But those were the highlighters that I used for the month of June. For powders, I brought in the Essence All About Matte because I was going to be in Arizona. I wanted something that was going to keep myself matte, plus the humidity here in Ohio right now. I love this. I've gone through a couple of these. The All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder from Urban Decay. This is amazing, and I love the packaging because it's textured like it's wet. It's absolutely amazing to set your face and keep it matte. And yeah, she's on pan, and I will get a backup before this runs out. I will be getting a backup of this because this stuff is great in the humidity. And then I have the Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten Foundation in Deep. These make great finishing powders. And I have this also in Toffee, and I get them from QVC. And it's a domed baked formula, and you see the dome is no longer there. There's a nice dip in there. I've gone through a travel size of this and a full size of this, and I have the backup of the Toffee, which is just a half of a shade darker than this, not much. It's very, very fine. You can hardly see that there, but it's a great, can't even see it, but it's a great finishing powder. So if you find a nice foundation that you like but it doesn't work for you as a foundation, try it as a finishing powder. For my foundation for June, I used the Believe Beauty foundation. Got this at Dollar Tree. This is in the color Cafe. It matches my skin perfectly. I don't need to mix it with anything. I love when I find a foundation that matches me perfectly and I don't have to mix it. It's a light to medium coverage. It was beautiful. I love it. And if I see another one at Dollar Tree, I will pick up a backup. For brows for June, I just used my Franken powder. You see we're getting a big pan on that, but I don't count this as pan because I'm just going to refill it once it gets down and refill it with some more eyeshadows. And it's just a mix of different eyeshadows that I have, and also a couple of brow powders that I had and just mixed them together to make that. And then the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil, got this from Dollar Tree. It's broken, but this is how much is left in there. We'll just come on out. That's how much is left in there. So I'm gonna roll this over into July and just go ahead and get her done and dusted. And then the NYX brow glue. This is nice. It doesn't make your brows really hard and crunchy, but it does keep them in place. So I really like this. There's a couple brow like soap, the e.l.f. brow soap for brow lift. That stuff is awesome. And let me get it out, forget the name of it. The V Cosmetics brow gel. This stuff is amazing. It keeps them in place. If you don't like crunchy brows, you won't like this, but it makes them hard. They don't move. I love this stuff, but the NYX brow glue, if you want something a little bit more affordable, this is also great from the drugstore. Then lastly, I have my mascara, my eye primer, my eyeliners. Get back out of there, e.l.f. You've already had your time. For my eye primer, we have the VC Collection eye primer. I love this. As you can see, it goes on clear. It has a nice tacky base, and you can use it as a glitter primer if you wanted to, but it is a great eye primer. For my mascara, I have the Eye Defy from Half Caked in black. This works great. It's got a really big brush, so if you are not very good with mascara, you're gonna make a mess. But it did define my lashes and lengthen them. I really like it. It has a drier formula. But what I'm going to try to do is, since this brush is so large, especially for like the lower lash line, I purchased a pack of mascara wands from Temu. I love Temu. Got a bunch of stuff from them that I'm enjoying right now. And I purchased a pack of mascara wands, so I'm going to use those because they're a lot smaller, and use that in here to try to see if that will make a difference, because again, this is a very large wand. So if that's not something that you like, or you have small eyes, this is not a mascara wand for you, but the formula is nice. Still trying to use up my Wet n Wild Color Icon pencil in Baby Got Black. Not too much left there, along with the Rare Beauty liner. This is a non-retractable liner, so that's as far as I have it up. I will click it up a couple times and use it, because you can't click it back down. So if you have these, you know you can't click them back down, but it's a nice, very black, very creamy liner. It lasts all day. For liquid liners, I have the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof. I think I had another one in here. I do. This one I marked because this is the first one I opened, and I took these with me. This one was acting like it was drying out, but it still got some juice in it, so I'm going to put that back in because I have another liquid liner that I'm going to be using for July. And then I took another one with me. This one is new. These I have from the Dollar Tree. They came in a 2-pack, and I bought 2 packs, so I have 4 of them. And I like the Stay All Day liners because I had one years ago and really enjoyed it. But they're still going, so we'll put them back in there, and then I'll mark this one as the second one that I've opened, so I know which ones that I would need to use in the future. This Defiance Beauty liner. It's getting hard to open. I don't understand why this is so hard to open. But this has a really, really tiny tip on it. Great for getting in between your lashes and whatnot. And it's starting to dry out a little bit, but it's still going. I use my stuff up until it can't go no more. And the Insanely Black. This is the Drawing Felt and the Flex brush. Both waterproof. These are from TJ Maxx from Absolute New York. This one is the brush tip. Beautiful, love it. When I head back to TJ Maxx, I haven't been there lately, I'm gonna look for these and get a backup. And then this one is the felt tip. Very black, very long lasting. And when you're doing your wing or whatever, they don't dry out really fast. You get the opportunity to go ahead and get 90% of what you need done before you have to maybe close it up and shake it again. And I like that it has the little thing in there to shake it, but it lasts to help you get your wing done, because there are some that you try to get your stuff done and it starts to dry out and then it starts to get sticky. These don't. I love these so much, and they have a little bit of weight to them as well. But if you see these at TJ Maxx, I would suggest picking them up. But those were liners, mascaras, and eye primers for June. Alright, so we've seen the progress from June, and we're going to get into what I will be using for the month of July. A couple things are rolling over from June, but mostly we have a lot of things that are coming in new. For setting spray and primer, again, I'm going to try to use up the Mario Badescu, but then I brought in my Beauty Skin aloe vera and rose. I've gone through so many of these. I see these at TJ Maxx and I snatch them up because they remind me of the MAC Fix Plus that you can use. I also have some MAC Fix Plus, but that's what it reminds me of. Put it on before makeup and then also after you do your powders to help set it down. I love this stuff. And then I got this Morphe sunscreen sunsetter setting spray in my BoxyCharm Ipsy. If you hear Blue, she tells on herself when she has something she's not supposed to have. She'll go upstairs to my son's rooms upstairs, and she will grab a sock, or she'll grab a toilet paper roll out of the trash, and she carries it around, and then she cries when she has it because she's saying, I'm not supposed to have this. I got something I'm not supposed to have, but she knows. But if you heard her crying, that's what she's doing. She's telling on herself. But this is the Morphe SPF 30 Broad Spectrum Sunsetter Setting Spray. This smells just like sunscreen. It smells like sunscreen and alcohol. Let's spray it here. The spray is nice. I like the continuous setting sprays from Morphe. I have the Jeffree Star one, the strawberry. Oh my God. That smelled so good and it worked so well. But their continuous setting spray is very, very nice. But we're going to try this out. And SPF 30, that's great because right now we're out in the sun, humidity, things like that. We're outside and about. So this will come in handy for this time of year. For lips, I'm going to still be using the Be Pure lip scrub. Try to get that somewhere, get it down or whatnot. So I'm going to bring in the Persona Day Mask Peptide Lip Balm in June that I got in a BoxyCharm. That's what the tip looks like. It's a little plastic curved tip there. And it's just a nice nudie color. Just a nude. It's very nice. I have been using it. I tried it out. And it's nice. I like a nice lip balm, lip mask, lip oil, because I like my lips to stay soft. I don't like dry lips, but we're going to test her out for the whole month of July and see what happens. For my face primer, I'm going to be using the NYX Shine Killer, which is what I need right now in this humidity, and it's clear. It's like a silicone base, kind of like the Smashbox. So it'll get in there and mattify that skin right there. So we're going to pull that in for my face primer. For brows, I'm still going to try to use up that e.l.f. pencil, and then I'm bringing in the KVD Brow Struck powder in dark brown. We're on pan, so we're going to try to see how much more we can get used up of this. And then I purchased the Wet n Wild Brow Cessive, excuse me, words are hard. Browsessive Brow Shaping Gel in clear with my CVS points. I got this and an eyeliner. It is white, so we will see how that goes. Hopefully it will turn clear. It won't be white because it says clear, so we'll see how that goes as a brow gel. For foundation, I'm bringing out the KVD Good Apple. This is in medium, way too light for me, but I have used it and mixed it with other foundations. This stuff is so nice. You don't need very much. It stays on all day. It's great coverage. I love it. I love this stuff, and I'm gonna mix it with the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation Stick in the color Nutmeg. I think I got this at Dollar Tree as well. So this is a little bit darker, and I'll mix these two together, and that's how much I have left of that. Stick foundations last a long time because you don't need that much of them, but these two will be mixed together for the month of July. For powders, I'm still going to use the Essence and the Urban Decay, but I'm going to swap out the other one for the Becca Hydro Mist. And this is in Golden Bronze. Again, Becca's no longer, but I love this powder, and I like that it has the little sifter. It was supposed to be cooling back in the day. People were like, oh, it's cooling. I don't feel any cooling, but it's a great setting powder, great finishing powder. It's very finely milled. I like that it has the little mesh in there and the little cap to keep it from going everywhere. And I also have a backup of this, so won't have to worry about running out anytime soon, but I'm bringing this in as one of my powders. For blush, bronzer, highlight, and contour, for contour, I'm bringing in this LYS No Limits Matte Bronzer in Strength. You don't need very much of this, and I've used this so many times, and I have the one that's deeper than this. It smooths out very nicely. It's wonderful to use it as a contour. I cannot use this as a bronzer. It is too dark, but as a contour, it is very, very nice. I like LYS products, so that's going to be my contour. Wipe my finger off here. For my bronzer, I'm bringing in the Wet n Wild Sunset Striptease. We are on pan on her, and we're going to try to expand that pan. And I just use a bronzer to blend out my contour. So there's that. For blush, let me turn a fan on because it's getting a little stuffy in here. Even though the air is on, I'm getting a little stuffy. Under these lights, it's kind of hot. I have the AOA Studio Hush Blush. I guess it's in Hush Cream Sheer Blush. These are nice. Got this at Shop Miss A for $1, and this is my cool toned blush, and it is a cream. Nice mauve pink, and it sheers out really nicely like it says. It is sheer. Very nice. And then another product from AOA Studios. This is the, not AOA Studios, from Shop Miss A, the Starry Precious Minerals Blush in the color 12. I think this is one that I got from Dollar Tree. They had a few colors, and my bestie had also given me a few colors, so I have 4 of these. This is like a nice terracotta blush. Very nice warm tone, and my cool tone blushes. And then my warm tone and cool tone highlights. I brought in the Tarte Exposed highlight. This is one of the oldest highlights that I have in my collection. I was going to declutter it, but I'm like, nah, it's a nice everyday champagne-y highlight, and it's still going good. Very nice, goes into the skin nicely, not chunky. And then this one from Believe Beauty. This is their Champagne Kiss highlight. I got this at Dollar Tree, but Believe used to be found at Family Dollar or Dollar General, excuse me, Dollar General. I'm not sure if Family Dollar had it. I'm sure they did. It's the same franchise, but their section of Believe Beauty is like empty. So I don't know if they're going out of business or reformulating or whatever. But I got this at Dollar Tree. Sorry, my camera died. It not died, but it overheated. But I was talking about the Believe Beauty highlight and Prosecco and Champagne Kiss that I got from Dollar Tree. It's a nice everyday champagne-y color. It's got a little bit of gold in it. As you can see, I put on way too much, but that's really pretty, and I got it from Dollar Tree. But Dollar General is where like Believe Beauty and Family Dollar where they were, but again, their kiosks have been kind of empty, so I don't know if they're reformulating or doing away with Believe Beauty. I'm not sure, but I'm glad I have this in my collection. For concealers, I have the Item Beauty. This is the Air Hug Concealer. Item Beauty is no longer a brand, but I love this. This is my backup. I love this concealer. It's kind of like the Camo Concealer from e.l.f. You only need a tiny bit of this. It goes a long way. And then I'm bringing in the Maybelline Eraser Multi-Use Concealer in 130. It doesn't have a color. It had a poof, but I took the poof off of there. And I just squeeze a little bit out and then mix it with something else. But these are my concealers for July. Yep. And then lastly, I'm still keeping in some of those liners and things from June. But I'm bringing in this Wet n Wild Skinny Waterproof eyeliner. This is their breakup proof. Again, got this with my points from CVS. It has a really tiny tip on it, and it is a brush tip. So we're going to try that out. The breakup proof regular liner is gorgeous. I love it. I love it. I love it. So since I do have some more CVS points, I might pick that up, but I have plenty of black eyeliners right now. I really don't need that, but I do need another backup of that e.l.f. concealer. So with my points, I might just pick that up instead. And then I have the AOA Studios Shadow Stay eyeshadow primer. This reminds me of the e.l.f., the original e.l.f. eyeshadow primer that I used years ago and had gone through plenty of them. They were $1. Everybody was using those. This reminds me of that, and this was also $1. Works the same way, keeps my eyeshadow in place. I don't have any creasing or anything. So if you go on Shop Miss A, try this out for $1. All right, so that was my Shop My Stash for the month. My progress from June and what I'll be using for the month of July. Still rolling a few things over, brought in a couple of new things, but I'm satisfied with where I'm going and getting some things out of my collection, getting things used, bringing things out to see if I still like them or if they're still good, things of that nature, to weed things out. But that was my video. If you do shop my stash, let me know. I love to watch those kind of videos. I thank you all for being here and taking the time. You are much appreciated. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube and on Instagram. And if you use any of these products, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any suggestions as well, I would love to hear them. We'll see you in the next video, and everybody have a wonderful summer.